Mount Everest. I reached the peaks of Mount Everest on Expedition Everest in Disney World's Animal Kingdom. I went to all four kingdoms. There's Animal Kingdom, there's the Hollywood Studios Kingdom, there's the Epcot Center Kingdom, and then there's the Magic Kingdom, the original of Disney World. And Magic Kingdom and the Animal Kingdom are definitely my favorite too. I also went to, of course, 2 days you can't not check out Diagon Alley in the Harry Potter land over there in Universal Studios. I got this Quidditch Slytherin water bottle. I like the Slytherin team, you know. They're not necessarily evil, they're just misunderstood, you know. And then I did the little pirate game Easter egg little thing you can do in Disney World next to Pirates of the Caribbean. And yeah, it's probably for kids, but it's very fun. It's very fun. We don't have this on the East Coast, or the West Coast. I was on the East Coast for a week. I got used to the East Coast time. But we don't have this on the West Coast in Disneyland. So I wanted to take advantage of that. I filmed it mostly with my phone. I didn't bring this camera with me. I brought my other camera for the Diagon Alley. I wanted to film the dragon breathing fire. So I've been on vacation. And it was not work related. I actually did bring my millimeter, but I didn't use it once. Because you can't mix work with a vacation. I realize that. You can't mix the two. The second you mix work with a vacation, it's no longer a vacation, it's work. And if this is the biggest vacation I've ever been on in my life, Disney World and Universal Studios for 7 days, this is the first time I've ever been on the East Coast. First time I've ever been to Florida. It's a very strange, at least what I saw, from the perspective of the West Coast. I only saw Universal Studios to the Disney World area and in between. I never saw any of the real streets of Florida. I only saw the perfectly manicured streets, the perfectly created areas for have little puddles, little pools, little alligator homes. No matter what the water is, you stay away, assume there's alligators there. It was humid. It was May, it's still May. And there were tons of love bugs. I was scared that they were going to be mosquitoes because they're giant, but it's just harmless love bugs all over the place. My first experience is seeing the bright green, perfectly cut grass, perfectly manicured tree lines with pools of water, and then hundreds of love bugs smashing against the Disney bus, dying, and the driver windshield wiping them off like it's no big deal because he sees it every day. Kind of freaky mixed with other things, you know. They played a video on the bus. Walt Disney himself said, I hope this inspires you. I build this to inspire people who come from across the world to visit. And it did inspire me. It did. So you're going to see new videos coming soon. This is just an update. I just got back from vacation. Expedition Everest. We don't have Mount Everest on the West Coast. We have the Matterhorn. Walt Disney saw the Matterhorn in person, the actual mountain, and he wanted to reproduce it. Before it was the Matterhorn, they were going to make it Candyland Mountain. And it had lollipops and gumdrops, and it looked really stupid. I'm very glad he changed it to the Matterhorn. And then they didn't want to have two Matterhorns, so they created a Mount Everest ride which is similar but different. It's definitely distinctly different. The Yeti is a different color. It's dark. It's a dark-haired Yeti on Expedition Everest. Very cool ride. You go backwards. The rails are all broken, and you go backwards. They don't have that on the Matterhorn. There aren't any broken rails. There isn't anything backwards. The Yeti on the Matterhorn looks more like the snow monster in The Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars. And I definitely want to visit the new Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, but it wasn't open yet. But I went to the edge of Galaxy's Edge and got a photograph. And I took many photographs and videos. And you might say, yeah, that's just your vacation. But I did, without any equipment, find one location that was legitimately haunted. I'll talk about that in the future. But generally speaking, I didn't notice any haunted or any excessively haunted areas anywhere. Not the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, which I went on 3 times, only because I can see the photographs. Got the memory maker with the magic bands, Magical Express, all these different Disney terms. The place I stayed at was very nice. They pumped pina colada scent through the vents. So when you walked in the lobby, you smelled coconut and pineapple. It's very interesting, very interesting. And one time when I was on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, and I've never experienced this, the East Coast ride is a little bit different than the West Coast ride. But one time I got a gush, a pump. I've heard the rumors of them pumping cookie dough or chocolate chip cookie smell on Main Street to make people happier. And that's a cool strategy. You don't see other theme parks, you don't see other attractions, you don't see other places, tourist locations take such great detail in pumping chocolate chip cookie smell. But that's exactly what I smelled on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. I can't remember. I think it was the second or third time I went on it. I got a gust of vapor, which smelled like chocolate chip cookies, freshly baked, straight in my face. And I'm on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, and I'm like, that's the only time I smelled it. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. It might have been simply a gust of air that had that smell in it. I don't know. There is a secret underground built underneath Disney World. There's an entire level built for the cast members to walk freely without the crowds of the tourists above. There's rumors Walt Disney might be frozen in one of these secret places. I don't know. I could talk about that in the future. I have heard about the cryogenics expert telling the Walt Disney employee what he knows about freezing bodies. And back in the 50s, it was dry ice. That's it. And so Walt Disney said, I'm going to build my own cryogenics chambers. I'll do it myself. I don't need this guy's dry ice in a box. So I do believe Walt Disney did research the subject. Whether he froze himself or not, it's hard to say. He possibly did while he was still alive or when he died. No one knows. It's a mystery. Whether his head's cut off, I don't think it is. Yeah, I think if Walt Disney is frozen in a cryogenics chamber, it's his entire body. And I don't think he's going to come back to life anytime soon in that physical form. I don't think we can cheat death personally. But yeah, I can compare, because I've been to Hogsmeade, Universal Studios in Hollywood, and I can compare it to the Hogsmeade on the East Coast. They have both Hogsmeade, Diagon Alley, and they have that train station. And so it's bigger and more elaborate on the East Coast Disney World area, or this is Universal Studios. Yeah, I had to take a lift because obviously Disney buses aren't going to take you there. But I have a lot to talk about. The Stark, man, even flying on the plane to Florida and back, it's kind of like a magical experience. I've flown on planes many times before, probably half a dozen times, maybe 6 times I've flown on planes before across different states. But never like this, never across the entire country. It's almost a magical experience because you just doze off, you wake up, you're in another state. You just walk from room to room. For all you know, you're not even in another state. It doesn't even feel like another state. You're just in another room over. It's very interesting. I have a lot to share, a lot to talk about, inspired to make new videos. I have a lot of videos I'm editing. I thank you for watching. I'm still uploading, downloading, whatever the case, my videos from my iPhone, because I took a lot of videos, a lot of photos from my iPhone. Stay tuned, more things coming soon, great things, awesome things. This summer, I'm going to upload a lot. I thank you for supporting this channel. John Rasmus, Mysterialis Ghost Investigation. I'm going to continue to investigate, but there's a time to investigate and time not to. I definitely couldn't do it during vacation. I brought the equipment with the anticipation maybe here or there I could do it, but I didn't have the ability or want or need. I couldn't without destroying the carefree, relaxing setting. But I'm back to work now. I'm going to be making new content for you. I thank you for supporting this channel. I thank you for subscribing, leaving comments, sharing, liking, giving me feedback. More things coming soon. Be seeing you.